Hello everybody, welcome back to Business Friday, and today I'm going to talk to you about the sales process. If you belong to the sales world as an entrepreneur, as an individual contributor, or as someone managing teams, you already know the importance of sales process, and I'm sure you have a process of your own. But just in case you are somebody who believes in flowing with the flow, you think you don't need a sales process, then please think again. Because not having a sales process means having no plan to scale. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you 5-step sales cycle that will help you design a scalable sales process for your business. Now, these steps are based on my personal experience of managing a consulting business and working with diverse set of clients across the country. So if it works for me, I'm sure it is going to work for you as well. In case you do not know what I'm talking about, let me simplify things for you. See, like you have a process for everything in business, no? There is a process for HR, then there is a process for operations, there is a process for the technical team. Similarly, there is a process for sales also. The sales process is also known as the sales cycle, and it is nothing but a series of repeatable steps that you follow while you are trying to sell a product or service to your customer. I will explain about it in details as we move forward. Now, over the years, I have come across multiple businesses that do not have a defined sales process. Things are haphazard, their teams are clueless about what to do next, they have no idea about where is the money going to come from, which is so critical, how can they save time and increase their efficiency, as a result of which they are never able to get out of the grind and scale things up. So I decided to share with you simple structure that I follow for my business. You can take it as a blueprint, please, if you like, build on it, but at the same time, feel free to tweak it to suit your business better. Hi, my name is Nidhi Vadera. I am a sales coach, author, and entrepreneur. And today I'm going to share with you 5-step sales process that I personally use for my business. I'm happy to see that you are here. I'm glad that you are investing time in your learning. And if in case you are new to this channel, let me share with you that this channel is about books, business, and personal development. I post 2 new videos every week. On Tuesdays, I discuss books, and on Fridays, I discuss business strategies. So go check out the homepage. And if you like it, then do subscribe to our channel and become a part of our community. And now it's time to discuss the 5-step sales process. So let's get started. Usually the sales process that you must have seen is from the seller's perspective, focusing on what should the seller do next. But in this sales process, I have included the buyer's perspective as well, so that while you try to sell, you have a fair idea about what is going on in your buyer's mind, so that you can be more impactful and understanding in your conversation with the buyers. Now, the first step of the 5-step sales process is called lead generation or prospecting. Prospecting in simple terms means finding out people who will buy from you. Now, depending on what you are selling, because everybody is selling a different product or service, there can be multiple ways of prospecting, multiple ways of lead generation. For example, cold calling on database can be one option. You may be going out in the market, to literally bring your customers in, or you may be running a marketing campaign to grab your customers' attention, or maybe, your philosophy is that you want to add value to the marketplace first and then generate leads. So, you may be writing blogs, you may be doing some kind of content creation work, you may be running ad campaigns. Now, whatever path you choose, it does not matter. What really matters is that you keep prospecting. So this is prospecting from the seller's perspective, that you are trying to find people who will buy from you. From the buyer's perspective, you are trying to create awareness about the product or service that you are selling. It is basically telling your customers, look at me, I am here, I have a solution to your problem, I have a product or service that can help you out. So that kind of word you're trying to spread. So you are creating awareness about the product or service that you have to offer to your customers. Once you gather the leads, the next step is to filter those leads or to qualify those leads. Qualifying means that you're trying to, assess your customers. You're trying to find out whether it is worth putting your time and effort for this sale or not. Now, how you can qualify these leads? You can qualify them based on 4 simple parameters. The first one is need. How strongly do the prospects need your product or service? Second is time. How urgently do they need it? I mean, do they want it right now, or do they want it few months down the line? Do they need to buy a washing machine like right now, today only, or they are planning to buy it later? The third one is money. Do they have enough money to purchase? Do they have enough budget? Do they have enough resources to engage with you? They might love your product, but they might not have the money to buy. And the fourth one is, who is the decision maker? Is he or she the decision maker, the person that you are interacting with, or somebody else will take a decision on their behalf? So these are the 4 parameters you must use to qualify your leads. Now, look at it from the buyer's perspective. When you ask questions to your prospects, you try, to gather information to qualify them. For the buyer, it is engagement. They are engaging with your product or service. They are engaging with your organization, with your company, with you as a salesperson, with the product or service that you have to offer. So initially, they did not know about you. Now they are aware that you exist. And now in this stage, they are trying to know more about you and what you have to offer. So that is engagement. The third step in the sales process is when you demonstrate value to your prospects. You show your prospects what your product or service can do for them. Some call it the presentation stage as well. Now there are multiple ways to demonstrate your product or service. You may give a product demo, that is option number 1. You can invite your prospects to attend a live event, or you can encourage them to attend a webinar or some kind of a virtual training. You can even show them how your software, if you're in the IT space, can address their requirements. So what you try to achieve in this stage is to demonstrate the value of your product or service to your customer. You show them how you can help them solve a problem. Now from a buyer's perspective, you first created awareness, then your prospect engaged with you, and in this stage they develop interest in your offering. So they are not just engaging, they are developing interest in your product or service. So if you want to close the sale at every step of the sales process, you have to understand what is going on in the buyer's mind. Now assuming that your prospect is interested to buy, the fourth step therefore is to negotiate and to close the deal. You negotiate the payment terms, the finance options, duration of the service, renewal date if at all. So basically the conversation, it goes back and forth between you and the prospect in the negotiation stage. You handle objections, you answer their questions, and using your sales skills, you bring your customers to an agreement. So pay attention how you are going to match your customers' expectations, how you are going to close the sale, how are you going to furnish the additional information if they ask for it. So that is negotiating and closing. Now look at it from the buyer's perspective. This is the step where they make a commitment to you. It's an agreement between you and the prospect, and you both agree to move forward with a piece of business in a certain manner. And the final step of the sales process, which is the most important step of the entire sales process, it is the most valuable step in my opinion, and that is delivering your commitment and fulfilling what you promised to your customer. So you qualified the leads, you closed the sale, now it's time to keep your words. How are you going to deliver what you promised to your prospect? What are the deliverables going to be? So this stage is the most important because this is where your customers actually test you. They test what is with you. They see how well do you deliver on the promises that you've made to them. So be clear about the deliverables. What you do in this stage would decide the kind of relationship that you will build with your customers. This is where you get referrals. This is where you get repeat business. Now most of the companies and salespeople, they focus on step number 4, which is negotiating and closing the deal. But keep in mind that sales does not stop after you close. In fact, this is where it all begins. Now from a buyer's perspective, this is actually where they experience doing business with you. They test waters with you. So think about the kind of experience you are creating for your customers. Now this is extremely critical. You have done a lot of hard work to get to this stage. So please don't mess it up here. So these are the 5 steps of the sales process that are applicable to almost every business: prospecting and lead generation, qualifying, demonstrating, negotiating and closing, and finally delivery and fulfillment. See, if you want to scale things up, you definitely need a sales process. So what I want you to do is, after you finish watching this video, please spend some time to identify how close is your sales process to what I discussed today. Now, even if you don't follow a sales process, it is perfectly all right. Try to relate your sales actions to these 5 steps. I'm sure you're going to find a match. Now, your aim should not only be to create a sales process, but to find ways to improve it. And how you can improve your sales process is something that I'm going to discuss with you in the next video. Hope you got a fair idea of what is a sales process, what are the steps involved. Next time somebody asks you, what is a sales cycle or what is the sales process that you follow, please answer to them with confidence, because now you have the knowledge. So this brings us to the end of today's episode. I'm sure you got a lot of value from this video. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, share it with your colleagues, your friends, your family who can be benefited by this knowledge, and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you have a question for me, you have some kind of feedback for me, you have a suggestion for improvement, please write them down in the comment section below, and I promise that I will take action. By the way, did I tell you that I'm writing a book? Well, I actually am. Since the last 1 year, I have been working very hard on my first non-fiction book, and the project is coming to a successful completion now. The book is going to release soon. I will share the details with you in my upcoming episodes, and I look forward to a lot of support from all of you for my book. So on that note, let's call it a day. I'll see you next Friday. Till then, love your numbers, work hard for your dreams, and remember, it won't work out till you start having fun. Bye.